As spawning in the top right-hand corner of herO, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing WBG, Weibo Gaming. At least at the time, it is herO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg. It is Dark. Let us go. I sent you a demon. Okay, we'll cast in like 6 hours. Let's go. Where's serO? serO, he doesn't play in online tournaments, in most online events, I should emphasize. So serO, he is not a part of this event. For those that are curious, OSC Season 12 Championship, this is an event. This is basically kind of like the IM Katowice or the World Finals of online tournaments. So basically throughout the course of the year, playing in online events, players, they accumulate points in online weeklies and online open cups. And at the end of the year, they have been invited to the OSC Season 12 Championship. That's why we have players like Clem, MaxPax, like Dark, herO, Bjorn, Skillus, more active online players. This is why we don't have players like Maru, Raynor, or serO, as they do not really compete or participate in many, if any, online events. They play in like some show matches here and there, in some invitationals, but typically events that are not partnered with OSC. So now we are going for a hatch gas pull. Standard opener here out of Dark, Forsaking the Unnatural. Likewise, herO does go for his own gate expand into Cybercore. So standard openers all around. Bearing in mind we're loading into herO. herO is a much smaller map, much more aggressive map as well. Known for aggression, known for rushes. Plus 3 attack would have been a W there. True, that's something to consider, is that the upgrade was denied earlier, and plus 3 would have definitely impacted the game stage and definitely impacted the fights as well. For certain. But be careful getting into arguments with people in Twitch chat, because everyone knows people in Twitch chat don't play StarCraft. be careful, Babby, be careful. I don't know why people are talking about Raven openers in TVZ. Aye. Be careful. Don't get baited. From here, there. Dark gonna be joining, gonna be taking his third. Likewise, Stargate opener here out of herO. Stargate most likely into Oracle. We have seen herO open up Void Ray, of course, but there it is. We have the opener of choice, going to be the Oracle instead. The goal here is to take a third base, to harass across the map, gain map control. Adept does shade in, gets 1, gets 2 drones. Not bad. 2 workers, shades away. Very nice pickups here by herO. OSC Championship is smaller than I imagined. When it comes to OSC events, I believe there is a crowdfunding initiative for the OSC Season 12 Championship. But regardless of the prize pool, that doesn't impact, or would at least negatively impact like the strength of play, caliber of players. Not at all. Not at all. Nice, we still get to see games from these legends. Thanks for the cast, baby. Oh, este flipper quacha. God. Always, baby. Always here for them. We're always here to cast StarCraft. Always. Hope you're doing well. From here, herO takes his third. Likewise in position here to defend against Ling Rumbais. Both Oracles move out. With 2 Oracles, you can one-shot drones. You can one-shot workers. As Dark is going for his Ling counterattack, he's spotted by the Oracles. herO turns back around, and these Lings, they shouldn't really find too much damage here. They attempt this around, but Oracles are in position, and Lings are deflected. Behind this, we have a 4:30 timing here with this lair. Earlier lair out of Dark, interesting. Likewise, I don't see any tech. There's no Roach Horn, there's no Evo Chamber either. This could be for something more aggressive here. Ooh, as the Oracles, they dive in, they get 4, 5, 6 drone kills. Oh my god! 6 drones go down. Oracles, they dive in. They scout the timing of the lair. And I'm leaning towards Ling Hydra. Otherwise, we could see Muta play isn't really viable, not in this kind of game state. Hydras would make more sense. Dark is redroning, resaturating. Not setting up for an all-in. The other option would be Link Queen Nidus all-in, but there we go. Gases are being taken. So Dark is getting to 4 gases. Once the lair is done, we should be seeing his tech of choice. Your hero back at home. Going Twilight Council into Forge. Should be +1 and Blink. Standard follow-up. So far, nothing fancy here out of hero. And there it is. There's that Hydrogen. Now, I believe Dark is getting ready for a 3-base all-in. The reason why I assume it's going to be a 3-base all-in is because Dark has no Eva Chamber. He has no upgrades. He has no longevity in this game. Also, he's cutting workers at 50. That is less than 3-base saturation. So he's cutting workers earlier on. And yep, Dark, he's massing Link. So he's going for a Ling Hydra all-in. It's all or nothing. As we tried to emphasize previously, this map is very small. It's a very small map. It is a rush map, so all-ins are favored here on herO. And Dark, he is going to commit. Hero, it's going to be on hero to slow down the army, to pick away at the Marine, to pick away at the Lings. To engage with Dark ahead of time. See if he can. Hero, he rotates. Does rotate. Shades, they keep tabs here on the Lings. Again, Dark, he hasn't made a drone in minutes at this point. It's been it's been a long time. Just hasn't made any drones. Hero, he recognizes that. He sits up back at home. Stasis traps on the way. Bay as well for Colossus. More stasis traps. Here, he's preparing for the all-in. Getting caught out. Nice stasis. Lings, they surround. Hydra's building up. Back at home, we have cannons, we have shield batteries. And the longer this goes on, the better it's going to be for hero. If given a little bit more time, hero, he's going to have that Colossus. And there's no answer to the Colossi. So Dark, he's got to go. But at this point, it might be too late. It might be too little too late. Dark collapsing in. Comes in from behind, baits out the stasis. Stasis baited. Oh, the other does connect. Now Ling's getting caught out. Dark trying to go for a better angle. And he will get on top of the robo. True. He can try to focus on that Colossus. Oh no! Ooh, does deny it. Very close. Ooh, very close, very clutch. Colossus is denied. Third base is exposed. And Dark, can he break hero? So far, good Link control. Does keep those stalkers alive. Oracles, they come in. They shut down the Lings. Boys are being pulled. And hero, he blinks on the Hydras. Hydras are exposed. They're going down one after the other. Dark is being broken. He'll lose everything. Every single Hydra. Lings as well. And hero defends. Hero, he barely does defend without the Colossus. Would have been a cleaner defense, but regardless, he's holding. Does hold on, and Dark, he's not droning. Dark, it's too late. It's too late to drone. No saturation. Still massing up a second wave, a second round of all-in. Is getting ready. And because he sniped the robo, there's still no Colossus. So Dark, he can still pull this off. Can still pull this off. This less so though, as do you see what I see? Dark, he's droning. This tells us that Dark, he recognizes that he cannot end the game. He most likely cannot kill hero, so he is faltering. He is not feeling too confident. He's trying to drone, and this is late. It's late droning, late saturation. He has no tech, he has no hive, no upgrades, no +1, no lurker den. Yeah, this is looking bleak here for Dark. Right now he's trading with the army, but you can see hero is getting further and further ahead, now getting a 4th expansion. Colossus finally is going to arrive. Dark, he pulls away. Yeah, you can see here he's droning. There's the first Eva chamber for +1 attack, for +1 melee or +1 range. And here he's already working on +2. By the time +2 finishes, Dark is going to start +1. He's getting to Roach Hydra. Just a really rough position here for Dark. At this point, Dark, he's hoping that herO makes mistakes. If herO overextends, if herO gets caught off guard by a Roach run by or a Ling run by or a counterattack, if herO pushes too far onto creep, then there are some chances here for Dark. Or hey, if herO leaves the door open. True. I mean, hey, that does that all the time. There's potential for a run by, there's potential for a counterattack, always against herO, always. As the wall is open. But it's about getting past that wall or getting to the wall itself. Ooh, as herO, he is going for the Fleet Beacon, going for Tempest, going for Sky Toss. So herO getting further ahead. Hydra's moving in, Stasis goes off, does catch the Hydras. Does force Dark back. At least the Hydra survive. And Dark is about to max out. He's getting to that maxed out point, but what's important is the quality of the army. This is where the soup does lie. We talk about this all the time. The soup does often lie. Yes, Dark, he does have a higher army supply. He is maxed, but he's maxed out on 0-0 Roach Hydra. It's a very low tier army, very low tech army, and doesn't have much longevity at all coming into this game. herO, meanwhile, is turtling on 4 bases. He has 3 Colossus, and there's a Mothership on the way. Mothership's on the way, second Robo as well. 1 200 supply army is not quite like the other. Not quite. Right now, Dark just hoping that the army moves out. Now we get the Infestation bit on the way, into Lurker, then into Hive, into Lurker upgrades. Dark is still very much so a ways up. Here come 2 more Stargates. I do think this could have been thrown down sooner, but now here he's getting ready for a Skytoss transition after he trades. And here comes the move out. Dark setting up for a surround. Let's go to army behind this. Attempts to surround. The force fields are brutal. 0 Ravagers. First Colossus does fall. Not a bad pickup. A bit of an awkward fight here for herO. But he shuts down the flank. Pulls away. And as herO trades out some of his army, he should be replacing it with Sky Toss. Oh, as he's being cornered. Not bad out of Dark. Oh my god. Never mind. Doesn't quite corner the army. Zealous, they come out. They come in for the surround. They shut down the Hydras. And Dark, he's forced back. And here come the Tempest. Making 3 Tempests at a time. herO maintaining that lead. Dark starts stepping forward. Here comes the Mothership. Here comes a Cloak. 0 detection. No Overseer. Dark, he can't fight. He cannot engage. Has to pull away. herO is embracing those Tempests. So as Dark is getting to Lurkers, herO he's already working towards the counter to said Lurkers. Dark rotates. herO keeps up. Keeps up with the rotation. Dark going for a split push. Tempests are revealed. There is no Spire. But at least Dark, he's denying the expansion, denying the 5th. At least trying to. As more Roaches getting called out, still more efficient trades here from herO. Now getting to Storm. Dark, he will collapse on the expansion though. And the High Templar exposed. Oh, clutch Cloak. Whew, very clutch. Does fall back. The base is denied. But the Tempests have arrived. The answer to the Tempest is going to be Vipers initially. We have some Vipers on the way, but they need time to gather energy. Tempest getting free damage. Storms do zone away. There's still plenty more High Templar, plenty more Storms. Dark collapsing in, takes a Storm to the face. Another Storm as well. He's just gonna commit. Yeah, he just commits and takes every single storm with that. GG gets called. Dark's army crumbles, and herO will take game number 1. GG. herO does take a lead, but again, it was just a really rough start there for Dark. Dark, he committed to an all-in, the all-in failed, and from that moment, Dark was behind. He was behind, and he was holding his own. He was at least denying expansions. That is true. He was trading with the army, but there was nothing behind it there for Dark. There was no further tech there. There was no lurker switch yet. The Vipers were still on the way. There was no Spire, no Corruptors. There was no economy, no upgrades, and nothing right there for Dark. And with that, GG, herO takes the lead. And now we're jumping into game number 2. We'll see if herO can extend that lead or if Dark can bounce back as we load into El Dorado. Let us go. Loading into El Dorado. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of El Dorado, we have our South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss. Leading the series 1-0, it is herO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player, the red Zerg from South Korea himself, down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back. We'll see if he can tie things up. It is Dark. Here we go. So we are settling in. We are calming down. Once again, Dark going to be forced to take the unnatural natural. Oh, he's going for it. Does send down the second drone. This is something that Dark does enjoy doing, or does favor doing, is if he's denied the expansion, to try to sneak in regardless. Oh, is attempting to, but herO, he's very familiar with Dark. He's still in position. He does not abandon this location. Now moves in. Dark, he sneaks in from behind, and he will take the natural on location. Whew, does take it. At the same time, he moves out across the map. Dark, if he was denied any longer, he's ready for the hatch block. He's going for it anyway. But he's denied. Probe is in position. Oh! Drone will delay for a couple of seconds. Yeah, herO forced to throw down the cyber core before expansion, so an inefficient start out of herO. Likewise, very late natural for Dark. That's the downside here. Dark, he had one drone that wasn't mining, of course, that was moving out across the map. He had another drone that was hiding as well. The base is late, but same can be said for herO, at least a little bit. Ooh, meanwhile, Dark, he does get the gas steal. Yeah, missed movement there from herO. Did allow that to happen. Dark does take the gas, so some inadvertent damage. Will delay some of the tech. And now we can settle in. Settle into our game again. Dark just being as annoying as possible here. Now, typically, herO, he could just take his natural gas geyser and still maintain himself, but because the Nexus was delayed, it means it confirms that the gases are going to be late here for herO. So the gases are late for herO. Forcing back the Overlord. herO, he's mining through that southern mineral wall. Looking to expand towards Dark. Dark doing the same. Love to see it. Players, they expand towards each other. Gas guys are under fire. Now, something that herO is very fond of is being hyper aggressive on this map. Something that I should wind it back here with is welcome 1-0 to El Dorado. herO going for a proxy gate across the map. El Dorado is a quirky map just because you can expand towards your opponent, and if both players take these expansions, the rush distance by ground is insanely short. From third to third, one screen basically. One screen does separate the two. So all-ins from both sides are favored. Speaking of all-ins, massive gateway explosion, no expansion, no third. Uh-oh. This is a really unique build. herO, he has no tech either. He has no Twilight Council. Gas Geyser goes down. He's getting up to, what, 4 gates? He has 3 at home, 1 across the map. A 4-gate setup does warp in. Dark, he sees the warp in, he knows. And Dark, what does he have to defend? He's got 3 queens, he's got a handful of lings. Link speed is done. Adepts they commit, and Lings are going to be going down early on. And that's what goes here by herO. Does kite back, trading as best he can. herO, he won't overwhelm. He's waiting for the warp in, waiting for reinforcements. More adepts on the way. Into delayed Twilight Council. I don't know what the hell hero's like. I've never seen this before. So late Twilight Council out of herO. Dark, meanwhile, going for a Bane Bust. I mean, again, here, Dark, he's aware of the proxy. He has scouted, he has spotted. He's going for a Bane Bust follow-up. Meanwhile, hero's going for a Glaive Adepts. But delayed Glaives. Remember, this was a Twilight Council after the 4-gate setup. So just a really quirky build here from herO. Very awkward. Now he can still trade well against these Lings. He does commit to the Shade. He does commit. We get a surround here on some of those Adepts. But overall, better positioning here from herO. Does get behind the mineral line. Despite that, it's going to be cleaned up. And the problem is, after the cleanup, Dark, he can Bane Bust. Like, herO, he's in trouble here. Glaive Adepts, they don't trade well against Link Bane. They trade well against Lings, don't get me wrong. The Baneling's going to be an issue. Still, though, better positioning. Jesus, Adepts, they hold their own. We spoke about it. Without Banelings, these Lings, they melt. Oh, my God. Better trade for herO. Banelings are now on the way. Banelings are going to be scouted. Big scout here for herO. He's aware. He takes notes. He pulls away. Behind this, throwing down extra gateways, a forge, a dark shrine, I guess. Glaives are now done. But thanks to the Banelings, herO should not come into a shade. He should not shade in, as he will lose everything. Now, these Dark Templar have potential, especially because they allow for Archons to morph in as well. Archons are going to be ideal. As here he scouts, he checks, he confirms, no saturation. Not yet. Dark is droning, but this is late saturation from Dark. Here is still shading in, still keeping Dark busy. Again, Dark has to respect those shades. Fully walling up. And here he expands. There we go. Does take a third. Does expand towards his opponent. And now Dark is unaware. He has no overloading position, unfortunately. But he's scouting. Does move out. Does scout. Waddling in. Oh, there's the Spore, though. Yeah, Spore's in position. Dark, he's on hashtag, right? No lair. Uh-oh. Without a lair, Dark, he's stuck at home. He's stuck at home. He can't move out. He's trying to incorporate Lingbane Roach Ravager. He's stumbling his way. I mean, it's just been a really awkward game. Like, it's just been a very awkward game. Dark kind of stumbling his way into Lingbane Roach Ravager. Likewise, herO stumbling his way into a third base. Off of a really weird setup, but eventually into Blink, he's got Mass Glaive Adept. I don't know what the hell's happening in this game. It's a lot of Adepts. It's a lot of Adepts. Now, are there enough Adepts where he can just tank these Banelings and commit anyway? I still don't think so. No shot he commits. That would be a disaster. But here he's still threatening his opponent. Rotating back around. Third base getting up. And here he should be getting ready for that Archon timing. There we go. Archons are massing up. These Archons are going to trade beautifully. Blink is almost done. Here is still not quite committing. He's keeping Dark pinned. Yo, Dark going for the Infestation Pits. That's an interesting choice. May go for Infestors. I don't really see too much value in rushing into Hive, but I mean, I guess he can. Against almost purely a Gateway army, I can see the value in Infestors, for sure. I can't see the value in it. Stay enough down. Oh, roaches are stuck on the other side. I'll let them free. Let them be free. Roaches, they try to slip away. Let's go. And the answer is not Infestor, is Swarm Host. This does make a lot of sense. I should have mentioned this earlier, but Dark, he is very fond of Swarm Host play, specifically on El Dorado. The reasoning for this, because depending on how you expand, there's always an opening. What do I mean by that? This entire northern section, this entire northern area is free real estate here for Nidus Worms and for Locust Waves to lay siege here upon the mineral line. The opposite would be true if Hero had expanded towards the north. Would have been this southern area here for Swarm Host play. So we often see a lot of Swarm Hosts from Dark on El Dorado because of that fact. We'll see if he can get there. Now moving forward, that's a kill, not a cancel. Nice pick up. Takes down the Nexus. Trading with the army. Swarm Host moving in, actually going for the main fights. Ooh, that I was not expecting. This time less certain of. As Baileys are waddling in, they get some connections. But for the most part, they're dealt with. And Dark is vulnerable. That's dead supply. Swarm Host, they spend their Locust Wave on the army. It does nothing. Gateway's going to go down. But here he can push in. He can and will. Does move forward. I'm going for the expansion. Oh, that's going to be a kill as well. Both players, they lose their fourth bases. Brutal Force Fields, no Ravagers. Yeah, no Ravagers, no piles. Roaches, they do collapse on the army though. Decent concave, decent setup. Despite that Stalkers, they're still trading well. They shut down the Roaches. Another Locust Wave comes in. Oh, but here he has to back off. Does retreat, does back up, but the trades were brutal. Even more Roaches falling. Oh, can he get the Immortal? Up. Barely not. Up. It's going to be close. Immortal barely escapes. At the same time, at Eps, they do shade into the mineral line. Drone's going to be going down, and these are just brutal trades here. Dark is being torn apart. He lost how many? 26 Roaches for 11 Stalkers. Wasn't worth it. Lost his main army. Lost most of his army even. And the only thing stopping Hero from pushing in is the Swarm Host. Are there Swarm Hosts? There's going to be 17 drones falling. Swarm Hosts are in the Nidus Worm. Nidus Worm is going to finish. Hero building up his Colossi. Hero trying to respond. Locust Wave does get into the gold. Does hit the mineral line. And after this Locust Wave runs out, that's when Hero can counterattack. So he's waiting for. Nice kill. Nexus falls. And, I mean, here it is. I mean, the Roaches, they get punished for it. Hero, he's committing. And now Dark is vulnerable. As he'll be losing so many Roaches here, and he barely has an army to stand. Infestor comes out, does land a fungal, raises the army. And here he's done it. He breaks the backbone here of Dark. Dark has nothing left, a handful of Roaches. Swarm Host without a Locust Wave. And Hero is going for the kill. Does go for the throat. There is Locust Wave available. Just in time. Whew. Dark is barely holding on. Locusts come in. Colossus, they kite back. And GG. Hero, he will take a 2-0 lead. And is one game away from claiming the series. GG. Whew. The hell did we just watch? Remember, that was a proxy 4-gate setup into delayed Twilight Council, into a Dark Shrine, into +1 on 2 bases, into a late third. It was a crazy game. It was a crazy setup there from Hero. Likewise, Dark was trying to respond, trying to react, but was one step behind. It felt one step behind. He was unable to keep up with Hero, and with that, Hero does snowball out of control. GG, well played. I need a moment to recalibrate after what just happened. Need to calm down, Pappy, calm down. Catching up the chat, calling it a build seems generous. I mean, it was a game. It was a game. I think he's just freestyling. I agree. I would say it was more freestyling from herO, for sure. Just going with the flow sort of thing. Hey, it works. He's quite flexible. True. Very flexible. And yo, a shout out to Walrus Jutsu in the chat. God, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Walrus, for subscribing for 18 months. Oh my god, Pappy. Thank you so much for a year and a half of support. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate it, Walrus. Do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoy the content. Hope you enjoy the casting. Hope you enjoy the StarCraft. Thank you. Thank you so much for all the support as we are getting into game number 3. Potentially the final game of the series, as spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Amygdala, we have the South Korean Protoss player, the Blue Protoss. One game away from claiming it all. It is herO. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the South Korean Zerg player, the Red Zerg. Down heavily here in the series, the pressure is on the S5 back here and now to have a chance at advancing on into the next round. It is Dark. Pressure is on. And now that we get away from El Dorado, I mean, I should also emphasize El Dorado, because it is a quirky map and is often vetoed, it does lead to some weird games sometimes, which is what we saw last time. Here on Amygdala, we should be seeing something more standard. We should be taking a breath and getting into something with more of a semblance of standard play, into our tech, into our third base, into the mid game. Again, Amygdala is one of the larger maps in the map pool. Much larger, a little bit easier to maintain a 4-base setup. I say that depending on how herO expands and on how Dark expands, we could see herO be aggressive on this map. We have seen herO embrace 8-gate 3-base all-ins quite frequently on Amygdala. Basically, especially depending on when and where Dark takes this expansion, we could see herO expand towards Dark, apply pressure, reinforce, and just break through. Just break Dark. But it will also depend on how and when he expands, and takes his third, and takes his fourth. But out here, just being as annoying as possible. Did already mine through the minerals. Just hazing away at the drone. Shouldn't kill the drone, it's getting low, but should be okay. Yeah, it's just forcing a reaction out of Dark. Behind this, Dark does take his natural on time, on location. Last game we saw a bit of an awkward timing for Dark as his natural was delayed. I'm sure that also played its role as to why herO proxied and why he went for the opener that he went for last time, was just a really kind of like shaky start from Dark. But now a lot more solid. As from here, herO is going for a Stargate, standard opener. Stargate opener into Oracle, into a third base. We could see herO open up Void Ray instead. There is value in opening up Void Ray to hunt down these overlords, to deny vision, deny scouting, and to try to hide some tech. So there's a place for Void Ray play, otherwise you should see an Oracle. And there it is, Oracle is in production. So herO going for a much more standard opener here. The reason why Oracles and Stargate play is more standard is that it just allows the Protoss player to defend early on against Ling aggression, to establish their third base, to scout across the map, to cripple the economy or threaten the economy of the Zerg. Oracles are just very versatile, especially on the latest patch, especially with NG overcharge. Oracles are even that much more effective. So just a really powerful early game unit here for the Protoss, for herO. With that, he hunts down the first Overlord. And Dark, he goes for a very early Evo Chamber. Okay. There's a 340-ish timing with the Evo Chamber. This should be for +1 melee. You typically don't rush an Evo Chamber for +1 range. This should be for melee, which means Dark plans on skipping roaches. Typically, the goal would be to prioritize your Ling aggression, your Ling commitment, to skip roaches, and to get into faster lair and faster Hydra production. As you preserve your gas, essentially. And there it is, there is melee. So I did mention, so it is going to be Ling Hydra. Behind this herO, he does throw down a very early Twilight Council. Okay, goes to the expansion, throws down an early Twilight Council, Gateway Explosion, no Forge. This could be Glaives. If this was a standard player, any other player, I would say Glaives. Because it's herO, he could go for Blink. There we go, Glaives. Okay. So again, this does make plenty of sense. The reasoning for this is that you do not have a forge, so no upgrades. Adepts that don't really benefit from upgrades. And this has potential to end the game. This isn't supposed to. Glaive Adepts as a follow-up is designed to harass, is designed to deal some economic damage and give the Protoss player a lead as they get into the mid-game. That's typically the goal here. But because of what we mentioned, because of the fast Evo chamber, no roaches. No roaches, no Bailey Nest. Glaive Adepts, they can trade so well against Ling Queen, and they can overwhelm. So I'm very concerned here for Dark. Checking here his vision, he saw the Evo chamber. I apologize, I didn't see when he saw it, but this could very well be just a response to what herO saw. To the commitment into Lings. Now, thankfully, Dark is getting a safety Bailey Nest, so there is going to be an answer to the Adepts, but it's not going to be easy. Basically, he has to rely on those Banelings connecting. He has to hope that herO commits to a Shade and commits into the Ling Bane. So Bailey Nest is in production. Adepts, they're already moving out. Glaives are done. And the Bailey Nest is not ready. It's just not ready in time. It's not here. And Dark is in trouble. Adepts, they do bust forward. Queen's being targeted down. He gets one. One Queen falls. Bailey Nest is now done, but Lings, they try to engage. Gonna be forced back. Adepts, they shade into the third. Dark did already evacuate. Did escape. Whew, thankfully. Bailings are morphing in, and Dark, he's holding. Dark, so far, he's holding on. We have a second wave coming in. Does commit. Link's gonna surround. And we just keep warping in Adepts. He just doesn't stop. He's not stopping. He should. As Dark, he is holding on. Adepts, they do hit the fourth. Ling Bane trying to amass up. As herO doesn't commit, and it looks like he will kill the expansion. Yeah, the base is getting low. The Lings, they commit to a surround. Banelings waddling in. Up. Decent connections. Dark barely saving the expansion. And Dark holds. Yeah, he saves the base. Queens, they respond. More Adepts have arrived, though. More Adepts moving forward. With his reinforcements, so Dark, he's holding. He defends. He shuts down the aggression. Whew. And Dark survives. And from here is going into Ling Hydra. Hydra tech has been delayed though. And herO, he's still relentless. He's still pushing in. Double diving to the mineral line. 5 more drone kills. 5 workers going down. Bailings, they do somewhat, they try to connect. One does, so does the other. Lings are going down. Bailings, the connection is not good enough. Pushing forward. Does push forward, and Jesus, like, due to the relentless aggression here, it looks like he's finally breaking the expansion. He's breaking Dark. Bailings are denied. They do not finish. Oh, one does. Adepts, they shade in. Nice split here by herO. And eventually, he broke through the Ling Bane, got on top of the expansion. The fourth base is close to falling. Drones are going down. Finally! As he shades into the main, the Hydras, they do not trade well. They don't hold their own, not against Glaive Adepts. And Hydras are going down one after the other. Dark is getting pulled apart. I mean, impressive. It looked like Dark was holding. It looks like Dark, he was getting out of it, but no. The Adepts, they just continue. GG gets called. herO, the answer here to Dark, just keep warping in Adepts. Just keep going. And herO, he broke him. GG, well played. Did break him in the end, and herO will claim the series 3-0. GG. GG, well played. herO just, again, he just did not stop warping in, did not stop committing across the map, broke the third base, broke the fourth. Over time, he eventually just out-traded Dark. He was able to be more efficient as well, of course, against the Ling Bane, and did overwhelm. GG, well played. And again, just to reiterate, a big reason as to why this did so much damage over time is because Dark, he did make the decision early on to skip the Roach Ward. Made that decision early. As we saw herO, he scattered the Evo chamber. The early Evo chamber screams +1 melee, so it did look like herO, after the scout, he reacted to his scout with Glaive Adepts. He recognized where Dark would be vulnerable and how to abuse that. So very well done, very well played there by herO. With that, herO does advance on into the next round. And the question becomes, or I mean, we already know who is waiting for him. We just wrapped up with Skilless versus Bjorn, and now we have our next series. We have herO versus Skilless. Let's go. In a PvP.